Good afternoon, everyone. This is Fish and Rice, Stories from Japan. I'm Toby.
I'm Andre.
And today we have a new guest on the podcast, Yin Chi. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Today we want to talk about something very special because last week in our episode we talked a lot about cosplaying and the cosplay culture in Japan and events. And then we brushed on the topic of idols. And when I brought this up to you, you said, oh, I've been to quite a few of those concerts and I know a little bit about this. So we thought, great, let's have you on the show and ask you a little bit about idol culture here in Japan.
Yeah.
So Yinchi, before we dive into this whole show and discussion about idol culture, could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. So I'm Yin Chi and I'm from Hong Kong. I have been living in Japan, Osaka, for 8 years already.
Quite a long time,
Yeah.
huh? So what brought you here in the first place? Why Osaka?
Why Osaka? Because actually one of my favorite idol, they are from Osaka. They're
Wow.
from Kansai.
Who are they?
They are is it okay if I speak the
Yeah,
the
of
name?
course.
Yeah, it's a Kanjani 8.
Okay.
So they're from Johnny's. Yeah, I really have some history, quite famous in Kansai area in Japan.
So is this how you got into the idol culture in the first place?
Yes, actually, for me, I have a stereotype about idol thing in Japan. Like they are more like a girl group, like so kawaii,
Like
cute.
AKB48,
yes,
right?
exactly.
So for our listeners who don't know, AKB48, probably the biggest idol band or most popular
Yeah.
idol band. A group of 48 girls, always,
Yeah.
not always the same, interchangeable.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's been around for a long time, right?
Yeah,
But
for a long time.
that's the
And
image of idol culture,
yes,
right?
idol culture, and then you have the handshake, event, and lots of concerts, like you wearing all the stuff with you. But I'm not that kind of little crazy fan. Yeah, I'm more like the other kind. So the Kanjani 8 is from Johnny's. It's like if you say like a boy band, if you can categorize them like this, and they are another big Johnny's is another big company or big group to nurture the idol group in Japan, which is quite also famous. So it's split, the AKB is one group of fans, and then Johnny's and another group of fans. They're quite different. The audience is totally different.
So, have you been a big fan of them before coming to Japan in Hong Kong?
Yes, actually, yes. So it's really hard to join the fans club, actually. And I can talk about why you have to join the fan club, because there's lots of things that you can only get if you're a membership
of the fan club.
So, for example, if you want to go to the concert, you have to be a fan club member.
Interesting. So
means
you cannot buy a ticket if you're not part of the club.
No way. And how you can join the fan club is you have to have an address in Japan and a Japanese phone number, which is totally not impossible
if you're living in Hong Kong, right?
Yes. So
That's why you moved to Japan, just because of that.
yes, one of the reasons. Actually, it's quite crazy. Maybe 8 or 10 years ago, when I was start being a fan of them, what I did is I want to watch the concert, and it's impossible to get the ticket. So someone told me, actually, you can still see the concert. It's a little bit gray area. So the way is you ask some company or some people who have the address, and then do the ticket application for you.
Oh, so
But-
like a proxy ticket buying service.
And then for sure you have to pay for a
Extra fees.
fee for them to help you to do that. And one of the risky thing is actually they said that you have to show your ID identification when you enter the concert, the stadium.
So if it's not in your name,
Yes, you will be kicked out. But because I really want to, join the concert in Japan, so I try, and it works. It works.
okay, so you kind of use these
Yes.
gray.
So wow, that was so crazy, because I remember the most crazy period. I visit Japan maybe 4 to 5 times per year. And then my dad was like, "Oh my God, actually, I'm quite sad. I think you got a boyfriend in Japan, so this is why."
I have a whole boy band in Japan.
I said, no. Yeah, but that's good, because usually the schedule is like this for Johnny's. You have a concert per year, and then you still have some little concert which is not hold in a big stadium, but a small like city hall or something.
Okay.
So they can like reach different kind of groups of fans and audience. And
Like
I want
private
to,
concerts
I just
and-
want to join all of them.
So back then, you said you started getting interested about 8 to 10 years ago. Why did you suddenly get into Journey? So what was attractive for you in this kind of? I guess you first get interested into the band and then into the whole culture, right?
Yeah, I think it quite depends on people. Some people will just like love their atmosphere of the group. Some would be more like about like, oh, they're so kakoi, they're so handsome, they dance really well. For me, because I love the music they are making and the attitude they're trying to convey to the fans. So they're quite positive, very energetic, like the Kansai people, the Kansai Jin, Osaka people. Very funny, with a sense of humor. So I think this is something like it kind of like blow my mind because I think, oh, maybe it's idol is more like dance on the stage, sing and then just finish. But for them, it's more like they try to make you feel happy and feel the energy and then be positive to keep going on with your life, even though you are in something like difficult times. So like this is like just amazing. Like I can see not the idol side, but more like
The community around
yes,
it, right?
yes, and it's related to you.
So
Yeah.
it's not. It starts. They are a boy band. They produce music, but
Yeah.
then it grows into something where they are
Yeah.
more just bringing people together,
Yeah.
make people feel good about themselves, kind of like self-help or
Yeah, yeah.
motivational.
Actually, like if like there's like different kind of idol group in Japan. So like for the group I'm really into, they are more like doing some funny stuff. A lot of like little drama, little talks during the concert. But for the other like famous band, like say Arashi, they really like have the strong high standard to their performance on the stage.
So it's more about the actual dance and
Yes.
like the
Yes.
choreography.
Or the lighting, how they engage the audience to join the whole concert instead of just watch them singing, watch them dancing. They will ask the audience to join the concert to make the concert as a complete concert. This is something like I'm really amazed by the Japanese like idol culture.
So you mentioned a couple of bands already. We talked
Yeah.
briefly about your favorite journeys. We mentioned AKB48. You just mentioned Arashi. Could you name what are some of the popular bands nowadays here in
So
Japan?
right now, like if some like AKB48, no Gizaka, like 46, they're more like from the
They like to put the numbers of the
Yes,
dancers
yes.
inside. So
They're
it's like
like one-
very large groups.
Yeah, they're one group. And then for the journeys, you have like the old one can be SMAP, can be Kinky Kids,
Oh,
can
SMAP,
be
I've even heard
V6. The biggest one, maybe the famous one before was like Arashi. And like there's Kanjani 8. And right now they have a new one like Snowman, Six Tone, and King and Prince, but they're going to
This
finish.
band?
Yeah.
Wow, so
They're
so
going to-
many
there's
names.
So many. And like for journeys, they have a junior as well. So it's quite interesting because like the age range of the idol group can really range quite vary.
So it's not. People may think, oh, it's an idol group, idol fan culture, boy bands, girl bands,
Yeah.
mostly younger audience, but that's not.
That's not
right.
like say like for SMAP or for V6, they like for Tokyo or something like really like older with like some history. Like for Kanjani 8, it can be something 30s or 40s.
Okay.
But for like Naniwa Danshi, for King and Prince, or for like the Kansai Junior or the junior journeys, they can be something like a high school student. So it's more like you watch the little idol before they debut. You watch them how they grow, how they train themselves, how they join some concert from their like senior. And then you see them debut, they have their own album, they have their own concert. So for them, it's more like you watch a little baby grow up and then, oh, finally, like this, okay.
That's interesting that you
Yeah.
bring this up. I remember a couple of times walking in the streets here of Osaka, and you will see in those like shopping alleys, the shoten guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the corner there'll be a small pedestal with one person singing, usually quite young. They'll have a few CDs around that people can buy, and you'll see a few people gathered around listening to that person sing.
Yeah.
Is it a little bit like that, where they are hoping to see the next big star and they come to cheer that person on? I would say usually it's more girls singing and
Yeah.
a man audience. And that they want and hope that she becomes a big idol one day, and they just want to like see her grow.
That's true, because like one of the famous like group, not really idol, but like vocal group is called Yuzu in Japan.
Okay.
They start from just rope
Like the
singing.
lemon yuzu.
Yes,
Okay.
not the lemon, yeah.
Not the lemon, but
Not the
yuzu.
lemon, the yuzu, yeah. They just start with the rope singing with some little, maybe a few audience, and then they become a really big vocal group. So yeah, this kind of like emotion is kind of like help people to keep supporting someone like
So-
not famous.
People actually join the concert, and we have different age range, and they go for many different reasons. It's not just being crazy about
Yeah.
a person. It's not like a personal culture. I don't really know what's the word here right now. Idolization of the person, but more some people want to see them grow. Some people want to be part of a community. Some people are into the performance, or like you, for example, kind of really into maybe the music and as well the positivity that you get from attending events that they organize.
Yeah, that's true. And I think like for Japan, it's quite like this kind of like, you know, entertainment fields and business is quite like comprehensive, I have to say, because like people, I heard like someone like in Japan, like a commentator, he said like, because like Japan is like a relatively peaceful country. If you have peaceful, you have the extra like space and mentally like mental health for you to enjoy the entertainment. Say
That's
if there's a, like
nice
a
way to
chaos
look at
in your
it.
life, you don't have any like space for entertainment, right? So I think that the idol culture in Japan is more like bring some entertainment to people. So maybe for some people, they are like in their difficult times, they need someone to comfort them, and they may be chasing the idol, like following idols. They can like fill in their empty heart, something like that.
Like attachment. I guess.
Yes. So they can spend their money. They can feel like, because like in the concert, if you do something to your idol, it's possible that they will reply you.
Oh.
It's like a fansa.
So what kind of things do you see at those concerts? You've been to quite
Yeah,
a
yeah.
few. Do you know how many concerts you've
So
attended? Or?
I can't count. I'm countless.
So a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
What kind of atmosphere do you find there? Is it different depending on the band you're seeing and the?
Wow, yeah, that's really so different. Say like I also attended some concert. Not idol, it's totally different, but like we are talking idol today. So for example, first you will see people wearing the color shirt. So each member usually they have their own color, like red,
Okay.
green, orange. If you are we call like your oshi, is like the guy in the group you like is in green color, then you wear like green shirt, green trousers, like green handband, green headband, green towel.
So it's a
everything's
very
green.
colorful concert.
Yes, and then you will have your own uchiwa, a big how do
The
you
fan that is
yes.
used to chill out.
And then what you do in the concert is like before COVID, like you can shout. But like in Japan, you can still shout, but like you better don't shout during their singing. Their dancing is more like a respect. But like during the transition time, you just show your uchiwa, and then your uchiwa, there's lots of DIY uchiwa. Like you say that, oh please give me a kiss, please
Okay.
wave to me. And then, oh, I'm from Hong Kong. And then if they saw it, they will say, oh, wave. And then you will see the eye contact. But some people said actually they are trained to give eye contact to everyone. But you can still see, oh, because
He's
I
looking at
wave.
me.
Yeah, and he's looking at me. Oh my God, I cannot sleep.
From
because,
all the
yeah.
people he paid attention to me.
Yes, like.
But it's great in a way, right? Because
Yeah,
even,
yeah, yeah.
even though they may be trained to this, if what you're looking for in this concert is this kind of positive feeling from the singers or the band,
Yeah.
and they are giving this to you and you feel good about it,
Yeah. That's
everyone's a
true.
winner, right?
Yeah, this is something really like good in the concert. Like you feel you are like you give some like ask a question, they give you response. Maybe this is something like people keep asking, keep searching in their daily life.
What are some of your best memories from attending some concerts?
So one of my best memory is like I get a really really good seat, which is they also always call it like arena, like a standing zone. It's so close to the stage, like it's so close, like the idol is like in front of you and talking to you, and then I wave to my
Favorite singer?
yes, and then he waved back to me. like watching my eyes and wave back. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to close my eyes. I just want to like keep
that moment forever.
Yeah.
Was it one of those times where you still lived in Hong Kong and you came all the way over?
Yes, actually that is.
So that makes it even more memorable, right?
Yes.
All the way from Hong Kong to the concert. What other stories do you have from concerts?
From concert, like sometimes like it rains, and then you just afraid like it got cancelled, because like it usually got cancelled if the weather is too bad.
They don't have like the closing domes or?
No, they don't have it. Like because like the concert I joined is like an outdoor one.
Okay.
Yep. So it more like I spend my time to like money and take the flight and join the concert, and it's cancelled. It's just bad. But I think like that time the idol come out and say, actually they didn't even change their clothes. They said, oh, we have a discussion. Should we cancel or should we not? And then we decide to just let it run. And then they just go back and change clothes and then come out. I mean, like the concert is delayed, but still, like this kind of little conversation, it makes you feel that like it's not, maybe it's prescribed, but I feel like, oh my God, they really talk to people, they really talk to us, and then it's so natural. Like I can relate them to myself.
They want to involve the audience in a way, right? They make them part of the concert. What you mentioned, like, so people dress up in the color. Is this kind of color dress up for every band, or is it specifically for the Journeys?
I think it quite depends. Like some of the Journeys band, Journeys group, they have a color. Some they don't, or sometimes they have some, in Japanese they call neta. Like because like right now the Journeys also have a YouTube channel. They have their own radio, and sometimes they have
their own radio.
They have the radio. This is actually how you can know what kind of new activities, like new event they are going to do.
So just to clarify, Johnny's is like a big group, and there's different bands.
So it's more like a company, like agency.
Okay.
Or like company agency. They like under Johnny's there are a lot of different group, and they also train the young boy to become an idol group. So
a school. So
like
it's
a school.
In a way, in Japan it's more like this idol culture, and I've recently met with someone who works for the K-pop industry, so kind of the in a way competitor from across the sea, and that person was working for a K-pop agency and teaching as a vocal coach kind of how K-pop singers can improve their singing and reach the better notes. And she was explaining that a lot of these younger K-pop stars, they come early into schools and they practice and they learn, and then they kind of have a similar system, it seems, here in Japan.
Yeah, I think so. I heard of the really like strict like vocal training for Korean like K-pop group as well. Something I know in Japan is like some group, they might have the chance to receive this kind of training, but some group they are more like they are so talented already, like but they may like receive some extra like training on dancing and how they gain the experience, like because I think like Journeys is like a really like comprehensive like system or like a community themselves. So once some of the like senior idol group have the chance to have a concert in a big stadium, they would just invite the junior to be a backup dancer or backup singer.
Kind of like practice internships.
Practice, and they have more chance to like show off themselves and to practice with their self-confidence and how to present themselves in front of a big group of audience.
And so besides the concert, of course, I assume you listen to the music as well at home. Nowadays, most of us use some kind of streaming platforms. But when walking around Japan, I can't help but notice a lot of CDs. CDs are still very available. And you even see them, as I mentioned earlier, the young people who want to become idols, perhaps, or become singers, have their own CDs for sale in front of their booths. How big is the CD industry still, and how important it is to kind of have CDs?
So, be honest, I think the streaming thing really hurts these kind of like idol CD. I think not just idols, but the whole like CD for the whole music industry. But like for the idols part, one thing I think the streaming cannot replace is like usually for the album, for the idol, they have 3 versions. They call it like maybe A, B, and the normal version.
Okay,
and
what's the difference?
So, and then they also have 2 different times of releasing this A, B, and normal.
So that's like 6 versions.
Like 6 version. But like they call it like first time release version is like first time release A, first time release B, and first time release normal. So usually when you have the handshake event, they are all in that kind of like first time release, which means you can still wait if you cannot like they only limited the production number like maybe each like maybe 10,000. And then after 10,000 they will release the normal version.
Okay.
Like second time version.
So it's like limited edition number 1, which is probably more expensive, and then limited edition
usually
number 2.
Usually the price actually are the same.
Okay.
They actually are the same.
So what's the difference?
So for like say in the new album, they have totally like say 10 songs. In A, you can get 9 songs. In B, you can get another 9 songs. But the songs are different, a little bit different. Maybe the first 8 songs are the same, but the 9th one is different. So if you want to listen to all of the songs, you have to buy A and B. And for the normal one, you have some like secret soundtrack. So if you want to have a full collection of all the songs, you have to buy all CDs.
But then you can never listen to the full album in one play. You always have to change the CD and re-listen to the whole album with one song.
That's
different.
true.
So what about the online now?
Also, why I said like it can't be replaced by the streaming is because like usually for the A, they have some like special photo book. For B, they may have some special pouch or backpack or like a ID case.
So they kind of add a little bonus inside for the viewers.
Yes, or like maybe like they also have PV, like music video, and they will have like behind the scene. The behind the scene is only available in A.
So they don't release it on YouTube or anything.
No.
It's just in.
This
the
is
CD.
how they encourage you to buy all CD.
Keep it alive.
Yes, and also like some of the marketing campaign can be like, for each CD you will get a little code, and then you enter the code in the website, and you can have the chance to like participate drawing for a special gift.
Oh, giveaways and special bonus.
Yep.
Wow. What kind of other products are typical to buy to support your idol group? So CDs, of course, the
CDs,
main
of
one.
course, like, and if you join the concert, usually you buy the goods, like usually towel, like T-shirt, and some of the folders, some of the photos, the uchiwa, the fan, and also they have the something called like pen light. It's something you hold.
During the concert with like lights and things.
Yes. And that one actually like for Arashi, they spend a lot of money to make it very like interactive. So they have a system like if the music change, the light color will change itself as well. So it makes like a wave or like a blue sea in the darkness. And
so when you watch the video of the concert later, you can see like all the color change in the.
Yes, this is how they like, kind of include the audience to participate in the concert as well. Yeah, but for the CD, like back to the CD, like I heard it like some of the handshake event, they just sell the CD there, and then I also like read some articles in internet. They are asking like, so why don't people just sell the like handshake ticket? It's much more easier, right? But they said because like it's like kind of like have a limit by the Japanese law, because like if you sell the ticket about handshake, because it's about like touch, body touch, and a lot of idol group for girl, they are underage. So it create a potential issues.
Yeah, that's quite can be quite challenging.
Yes, so like this kind of normal handshake may be okay, but what if the handshake is like a little bit movement of your finger? Like it can be tricky. So this is how the industry find a way. Okay, I sell it as a gift from the CD, and because it's a gift, if some of the members feel sick and cannot join the handshake event, it has to be cancelled. They don't have any responsibility. They don't have to compensate the customers.
So just to clarify, these handshake events, they're basically an event that you pay to attend, or is it free to attend?
So like usually they have a venue, and then at the same time you can buy the CD there. After you buy the CD, you can just have the ticket.
So it's an event just to meet the idol and shake hands once.
So
take a photo? Maybe?
And take a photo. It depends.
Okay.
Usually like for one ticket you can shake hand for 5 seconds. So
it's limited regulated.
I read some like community. They said okay, if you want to have a really qualitative conversation with your idol, it's more like for the AKB48. What I heard is, you better buy 5 CD at least. You get 5 tickets and you get 25 seconds. And then they will say goodbye to you. You earn 2 more bonus seconds, 27 seconds. and then
I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah, I was like, wow. And then they even have little hacks like how do you like make a really engaging conversation with your idol, because if the conversation is too boring, the idol will be like okay, 3 seconds, bye bye, then you lose 2 seconds. It happens. So you better wear something related to the idol, and then you tell them, this is my first time to join the handshake event, and they will try to be nice to talk to you longer because you're the first time, right? They want
so
you to keep coming,
experience,
right? Yeah, and then you can, oh wow, the hair is so nice today, you look cute today, and then try to compliment them and try to, oh, I know you know how to play piano, I know how to play piano as well, and then you can keep the talking
for 25, maybe 27 seconds if you have the tickets.
Because if you ask something and then they don't know what to answer, they're I think I'm not sure, but see you next time, bye bye, and then you lost the chance already. Yeah.
I mean, meet and greet events are quite popular, I would say, for all kinds of bands or celebrities, but this is somewhat unique to me, and first time I hear about this specific, you pay for amount of seconds where you can shake hands and maybe not even take a photo, like you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And what you said about this earlier too, a lot of the female idols are underage. I did see in a documentary recently that there were some like very, very young, 6 years old and so on, and a lot of the audience was kind of much older, which can be considered creepy in a way.
Yeah.
They did have some rules that they are not allowed for any kind of physical contact, but still, is there anything done to kind of give more structure and protection to these younger idols? Or?
What I heard is like, if like say underage idol, because like they're actually working, they're earning money, and they have to go to school as well. So there may be some regulation in Japan to kind of stop them to work like after like
a certain amount
of hours, or after like maybe
8 p.m.
maybe 8 p.m. They have to go back to home, or whenever they like join some event, they have to have their agreement from their parents. I think this kind of thing will try to help to protect the kids, the little underage idol.
But it's a work in progress still.
Yeah, I think so. Because like the gray area, like because like you cannot control the audience, how they react, and then how they suddenly just, I don't know, grab or like hurt someone. Sometimes it happens. This is why like there's sometimes the news about like there's something happen in the handshake event, or something happen during the idol is like leaving their hotel and then go back to the office. Yeah, but I think the handshake event, this kind of thing, kind of stopped since COVID, and
it was considered too risky. Maybe it's gonna come back, but so there's a lot of ways for fans to interact with idols, going to concerts, buying CDs, and even at the concerts you mentioned a lot of the interactions with the lights, so the T-shirts. Yeah. And so the idol industry, do you feel like it's changed a lot now? Is internationally speaking, especially maybe K-pop is seen as more popular, and idol culture in Japan is very domestic. Like how do you see this a little bit changing?
I will see it in two ways compared to like 10 years since I start getting into this community. So first thing, like to answer your question about K-pop, because like I think the K-pop, the music is really really good, in good quality. They sing really well. They have like good dancing skills, and I think like still, and they look good. Yeah, they're tall, they're strong, right? And this kind of like make some of the groups in Japan, the idols themselves, not really the jimusho, the office. The idol themselves, they will ask you, okay, I want to join some training course. I want to like skill up, level up my
better,
skills.
compete better, to try new dance moves.
Yes, and they also the group in Japan, they see something really nice in K-pop. They will try to adapt that kind of music style. That kind of, the shooting angle of the PV.
So Japan, in a way, is inspiring itself from K-pop a little bit.
I think so. I think like maybe vice versa, the K-pop as well. So this changed the industry a little by little. And the other thing is the streaming thing. For AKB, you can find them in Spotify right now. It's easy. But like for Jonis, it's a long history. But what we know is like long time ago, they don't allow their artists, they don't allow their group to have their own social media account.
Wow, so it's
Yes.
only like under the band name and
Yes.
controlled by the company.
Yes, and then how they get exposed, how they gain the exposure is like because Join is too big and really strong, they have a strong connection with the TV station. So they can send their artists to be an actor of some drama.
Oh, I
They
see.
can send them to participate in some really famous TV shows. This is how they maintain the exposure of the artists. But right now, because it really changed, like everyone is watching YouTube. So right now, like even like before, like Arashi have their own YouTube channel.
Okay.
You can see Johnny's like artist group or idol group face or like channel in TikTok, in Instagram, and in Twitter as well.
Streaming and social media are really changing the industry in a way now.
Yeah.
They're forcing them to open up because for a very long time the companies had a really harsh control over.
Yeah, that's true. And I think
the
like
image.
K-pop, the idol group in Korean pop culture is really strong in social media, and it kind of like pull out a lot of like audience from the J-pop idol group. And because like, for example, if you're a high school student, you don't really have lots of petty cash to join the fans club, right? You
True.
have to choose.
Especially, I don't
Yeah.
know, the price of tickets
Usually,
could be quite expensive,
it could
right?
be quite expensive. Like for yearly payment for the membership, it not that expensive. Like, it's like $4,000.
So like $35, something like that.
4,000 yen. But for the concert, it can be range up from like 9,000 yen to 10,000 yen or like 50,000 yen,
if you're a
15,000 yen.
student, that's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. And if you buy the CD, you have to buy the goods.
Because you can't attend without wearing the right
Yeah.
T-shirt and the right.
Yeah. If you insist, like me, I insist wearing nothing. I mean, like just normal shirt, of course. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you really want to, you can, but then maybe other friends will look at you like,
Will
oh,
be,
why are you
"Oh."
not fully invested?
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Do you feel also, so you mentioned, for example, the handshake events were affected by COVID, they kind of stopped. How else has COVID affected maybe the idol industry here in Japan?
So I think concert is one of the big thing because
Okay.
like you cannot have a concert in the stadium. First, of course, you can still have it, but you cannot get the money back. It costs too much for the group to do it because like no one can join it live. So and then they changed, they evolved to online one. The online
concerts,
Yeah,
okay.
they still sell the ticket. The ticket is relatively cheap, like maybe 2,000 yen
okay.
or like
Still $15, $20
yeah.
for online event.
but the link that you will get the link and then you can only attend the link during this period of time. So and what I like, so right now COVID is kind of like settled down.
Settle down a
settled
little bit, even in
So
Japan.
I joined the concert like 2 times.
Okay.
And then what I heard from the idol, they said, "Oh my God, like it's really nice to see people back, but we have to get used to it because like without the audience, actually we have no idea what to do because like sometimes the reaction is based on the reaction of the audience."
Exactly what you
They see
mentioned
nothing.
before, right?
Yeah.
They see the eye contact, they see you sending
Yeah.
the lifting up the fan saying, oh, I'm
Yeah.
from Hong Kong here today in a concert.
Yeah.
This is not some, so maybe they are trained to do it, but in a way it's also spontaneous,
Yeah.
right? Because when they don't have it, they don't
Yeah.
have anything to do.
And usually, like they know that if they perform really well or they perform a little bit bad, not that like satisfied, because like you can see from the audience facial expression. But with the mask, you cannot see it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we will just like woohoo, like oh nice, and then without that,
Can't see the
you
smiles.
can see
can't
like
see-
nothing. They don't know if they do it good or bad. If they make a joke, we can, because like they kind of prohibit like people from speaking
Too
and
loud,
shouting.
yes.
So if you want to laugh, it's okay, but you cannot say like wahaha, like something like that.
very loud voice.
Like,
They
even
kind
though
of had a lot
yeah.
of signs. Don't do this in public,
Yeah.
like sports stadiums. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
like
shout
that.
and cheer for your team.
Yeah.
And that's quite difficult.
Yeah.
What kind of other changes do you see coming now for the idol
Coming now?
culture
I
here?
think they really spend a lot of time on doing YouTube and TikTok.
So it's
especially
actually a
TikTok.
complete shift, right? From
Yes.
not wanting to be online and wanting to
Yeah, yeah,
control
yeah.
everything in the CDs to, oh, now we are behind.
Yeah.
We need to produce content
Yeah.
for our viewers and our fans to watch on YouTube
That's
so they
true.
keep kind of being engaged with us.
Yeah, this is one thing. And another thing, like, say, for example, if you join some fan club, you will get a birthday message every year.
Oh,
And
so like
then,
an email or
like
in
a
the post?
long time ago, there was like a DM, like a really postcard, a physical postcard.
Okay,
it's
with
nice.
your name. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Right now,
Nice touch.
We still receive the postcard, but we have a QR code. And then,
Whoa.
like 5 years ago, if you scan the QR code, it's like a horizontal, like a YouTube. You open, like you see it like a laptop, like a horizontal, like aspect. But then, like since I think 2 years ago, if you scan it, it becomes like vertical. Because like you use the phone,
Yeah.
and then you just like, oh, okay, watch it, and then it pretends like they are doing a video call with you.
Oh,
Yeah, so this kind of thing, you know, like
and they even say your name or
they don't say like
Just
I
like-
know you. Today's your birthday, right?
Ah.
Okay, おめでとうございます, like happy birthday.
pre-recorded,
yeah,
but still nice
yeah,
touch.
but still nice. Like they make the interface look like a video call. So I mean, like this kind of little thing, kind of like makes you feel okay. They are really spending effort to try to catch up and then try to
Make it a personal service.
yeah. So I feel okay. I will keep paying the membership fee. It's fine. Just take my money.
So if some of our listeners are interested in some of these groups and so on, do you recommend any specific websites or places they can find information about concerts and where to go and how to purchase tickets? Maybe especially if, well, some of our listeners might be in Japan, but if you're overseas and you want to...
So the first thing, like the very first story I told about myself about buying that kind of ticket, I'm not really like recommend because it's not okay.
The gray zone.
Yeah, the
like
gray zone.
proxy,
And right now, actually, they ban everything because like they really check your face and then they use the like QR code. So you have to have your phone and then you show the QR code and you cannot use print screen.
I see.
Yep, you have to. They have some kind of like equipment to check it. So if you want to know more like the official, like notification or like news about the idol group, I think like the best way is to go to the official website.
Okay.
Some
So
of
each
the,
group has their own
yeah,
official
have their
website.
own website, and then some of them have the English version as well. But if someone like who listening to this podcast like know about Japanese, I think like they just can go to the official website and then even like see a lot of news because like they don't really hide the event news in their website.
Okay.
They just open it, just like
So
what they
you can
hide
find
is
everything you want
yes,
there.
They just like keep it within the membership, FC like fan club membership. If you want to get a ticket, yeah.
I see. So they kind of put everything outside of the paywall, and
Yeah.
just if you want to buy the ticket, you need to join the fan club first.
Yep. Or another way is like some of the idol group, they allow you to apply ticket for your friends.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
you like that friend not necessarily be a fan club member.
Like a gift for your friend. and
Yes.
You can do that.
So you can do that. This is totally legal. It's fine.
That's fine. Like
That's
no
fine.
gray zone. Just
No
all,
gray zone.
all
So
Yeah,
having many
yeah.
friends in
Yeah.
Japan if you're a foreigner, and then it's fine to
Yeah, it's
buy
fine too. It's
tickets.
fine too. And then another like good channel I think is to listen to the radio, but it requires some kind of like some level of Japanese.
yeah.
Because like some of the, not the whole group, but some of the members they own their own. They have their own radio like program. So they will talk about themselves. They talk about music. They talk
Oh.
about their group, and then they also introduce or promote their like upcoming like I don't know drama, TV drama, cinema, like all kind of news.
So if you want one specific information about one member of the band and so on, just go to their YouTube channel or
Yeah,
their
yeah.
like radio channel and just
Social
listen in
media,
all
yeah.
day, and that's nice.
Yeah.
So once you get the ticket and you're ready to go to your very first idol concert,
Yeah.
to make it a memorable experience, something you will remember, like the ones you shared with us about standing there in the front row and the singer waving at you, or how would you prepare to make it the best experience ever?
A few things you can do. If you already into a group, it's always good to do a revision. Revision, I mean like you listen to their album, to their latest album, and then to get familiar with the songs. Because sometimes the album just released and then they suddenly have a concert in a really short period of time. You don't have the time to really digest all the songs to get it into your brain. So just listen to them. And then another thing is like some people will be a little bit like, oh, should I wear like that? But I'm not that like I don't like to wear like that that I'm more like a calm person.
Yes,
Can
I
do
just
it?
want to wear my own clothes.
It's
I don't
totally
wanna...
fine. It's totally fine. Like you see someone really dress up like they are going to a really like a wedding ceremony.
Oh,
They really take this really really serious. Like they even
suit and
arrive
tie and everything.
not really ties, but like they arrive maybe 5 hours
before the
before
concert.
and then get makeup and then prepare all the like
Goodies
dress,
and
goodies and
details.
things and wait there to be I don't know, to purify themselves to get into the mode of like concert mode.
Yeah.
You can do it,
It's
but
quite exciting.
you can just like be like a visitor. Like, oh, okay, I just want to know what happened. But I think like one of the main point is like just enjoy and try to have an open mind. Try to throw away of kind of like stereotype about idol. It doesn't necessarily to be like this or like that because like idol are people as well. And there's lots of like different kind of people.
I think that's a very good thing to remember, that in the end they're just people like you and I and Andre here, and they just want to do music. You just want to listen to music. You can enjoy it however way you want. There's no one way to do it. If you want to try the crazy experience, you can go full on buy all the goodies, all the memorabilia, just dress up and just see what it feels like. If you just want to do it your own way, that's great. How about yourself? Any like upcoming concerts that you are looking forward to? I remember not too long ago you told me about one of your big achievements of finally assisting at a concert at every single one of Japan's big domes, which are usually kind of baseball fields, but also used as concert venues. And there's like, how many big ones? Seven, five?
There's like 5 domes.
The 5 big domes, and you finally had a concert in each of them. What is next?
What is next? I'm still waiting for the official announcement on the next event. So I'm expecting something coming up in summer, because in summer in Japan it's called like Matsuri, the festival
season.
Yeah, and it's always like very like energetic and happy, and people are really excited about the festival. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm also like looking forward to the album. Yeah, I'm waiting for a new album. So I can
From
have
Johnny's.
From Johnny's.
From Johnny's.
Yeah.
Coming soon, already announced, or is it suddenly one day they will just say, "Oh,
No,
new album is here"?
It will be like in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds very exciting, and thank you very much for your time and answering all those questions today. I think Andre prepared a little bit of a trivia for us. We'll be having 3 questions today.
Yes, as usual, as I usually do, 3 questions. This time we are talking about pop culture in Japan, J-pop, and let's just jump into it. The closer the answer, the better. The first one, what years or decade at least was the golden age of J-pop, also known as a commercial peak of J-pop? What year or decade?
I will write something here. Year.
It's not one year, it can be several years, like year range, or at least decade.
I will say...
Okay.
All right, I have my numbers written down. Yin Chi, you go
Yin Chi
first.
goes first.
I would say between the 80s and 95.
Okay, good guess.
I wrote a shorter range. I said 83 to 86.
Okay, very good guesses. More in general, it would be 90s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the highest commercial peak was between 1997 and 1999.
Okay, a decade later than I thought.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I like some of this kind of the city pop genre of Japanese music, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's more on the 80s.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of a
I
peak,
thought
but
that too as well.
Maybe it's a different generation.
So early 90s would be a really good guess because it was becoming really popular, but commercially they were at the peak late 90s. Okay, next one. How much was Japanese music worth in terms of revenue in 2020?
So in US dollars or in Japanese yen?
Wow.
Let's go with Japanese yen.
I have no
How
idea.
much money did J-pop, so to say,
I'm really bad
make?
at this kind of question.
But that's tricky too, because 2020, that's the first year of COVID.
COVID,
So there were no concerts or only online events. Or in Japanese yen, you said Japanese yen, right?
Yep.
I will say it must be a huge number.
Yeah, something like.
It has to have a lot of zeros. I'll put something like.
And just guess. Pure guess.
Is this correct number? No, this is not possible. I'll add 3 more zeros.
It's very approximate, but just get in the ballpark, maybe.
In the ballpark, maybe I'm way out, like I'm like home run ballpark
Okay.
here right now.
Yin Chi?
30億.
So that's 330. So 3 trillion? No.
3
3 trillion?
No.
300
300 billion?
300 billion. Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
I have
Toby?
500 billion.
500 billion. It's 300 billion yen,
Wow.
Wow.
approximately.
On the point. Wow.
But yeah, exactly. Very good. 300 billion.
A lot of zeros.
yen.
300 billion. Yeah. 30億.
Yeah. Sanjoku, that's a lot of money, yeah? Big
Great.
business.
And the last question, not exactly J-pop, but it's kind of J-pop. Pikotaro and his famous PPAP, Pen Pineapple Apple Pen, give the date and the year when it was released.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no. When was this? Pen, pineapple, pen. Pen, pineapple, apple, pen.
Go with the year, and if you guess the year, the date will be the
There's a
deciding
2 in the front, there's a
factor.
0
Yeah,
second.
20.
And then I'm gonna say, was it already out when I was there?
2000.
Okay, I have my number.
Okay.
Do you have the date?
The date, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you.
unless
You want a
like-
date? I'll
like
give you a
if
date.
Yin Chi gets it the same year, then
I'm gonna give you.
the
oh,
date
I
will
don't
be
know the
deciding
date.
factor.
Are you ready?
Yep,
Okay.
Yin Chi, you go first.
2018 September, the 6th of September.
Okay, 2018.
I got 2015 July 14th.
Okay, so it was 2016.
Oh
So
no.
Toby is closer in the year, August 25, just
August
in case
25.
you guessed
Yeah.
2016.
Actually, we're
to
quite
go.
at equal distance. September 6th and
Yeah.
July 14th.
Almost
right
the
in
same, yeah. Right.
yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. The second question you got exactly on point,
Mm.
300 billion.
I certainly learned a lot today. I didn't know that much about idol culture, and now I can maybe prepare my first concert and see how it is. I mean, it is quite exciting if you look at it and you see on the news and you see how passionate a lot of the fans are. It makes you
Yeah.
wonder, like, what is it, right? Why
Yeah,
are
yeah,
they so passionate?
true.
And I think you've been able to kind of
Yeah.
give me or give us and our listeners a good look at what it could be, and that it's actually different for everyone, and that everyone should go give it a try, see what it's like.
I think
for
so.
So thank you very much
You're welcome.
for enlightening us on idol culture, and this was today's episode from Fish and Rice Stories from Japan. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.